Yesterday, something happened that really, I would argue, allowed me to see where I am on my journey of healing. And I think that this was one of the most, necessary perspectives to really see things in just a very wholesome way. Um, Something happened in my car yesterday. It wasn't like terribly bad. The brake light came on and the ABS light came on, and I looked online and it was like, your car is no longer safe to drive. It's like, oh shit, right? And previously in life, the way that I would approach things is kind of like how, if you turn your car on and your car is lit up like a fucking Christmas tree, all of the lights on the dashboard are on, right? The engine light's on, just everything is on, right? The way that I used to approach things in life, which clearly is not sustainable, not just in terms of a car, but like everything, is whatever. Let's just see what happens. I'm sure it's fine, right? And so yesterday I was like, no, let's take care of this. Let's take care of this right away, right? And then I thought about it and I was like, well, if I don't, if I just continue to do the same thing that I've done throughout my entire life, which is not take care of things right away, not actually, figure out what the issue with the thing is. The thing for me is that, previously in life, I used to not take care of things because I thought that maybe it would end up costing me a lot of money if I had to do so, which is funny because if you don't take care of things and then it does get worse, it could end up costing even more money, right? If it breaks, it could end up costing even more money. And so I was really looking at that perspective, and I was like, let's not repeat this pattern, because there is a clear pattern here, in my eyes at least, and that pattern is a pattern of just not taking care of something or things that need to be taken care of right away. And by the way, sorry if you hear any background noise. I'm in a decently populated area. It's a public space and there are people around talking. Might be audible. But basically, like yesterday, I realized that I had a decision. I could either repeat a pattern that is age-old and that is familiar and that is really just that of letting things go and not taking care of things as needed, whether it's my fucking car, whether it's my relationships, both platonic and romantic, whatever it is, whether it's myself, at this point in my life, I'm really interested in getting uncomfortable as to not continue to do things the way that is comfortable and familiar to me. And that really means just being transparent with myself. Like yesterday, I was like, well, this sucks. I really need my car, especially for work. Do I just continue to drive it, right? The entire braking system was very challenging to work with. And I thought about it and I was like, well, that could be a risk to myself. That could be a hazard to myself. It could also be a risk and hazard to other people. It's not fair to place other people in jeopardy like that, or myself. And I think that yesterday was one of those kind of opportunities for me to just look at myself and be like, let's do things differently, man. Let's not just continue to put it off. Let's actually figure out what the issue is. Let's figure out what the problem is. And I really think that that's kind of like a turning point for me in my life. I've been very used to just putting things off, whether it's procrastination or whatever the fuck it is. I don't always know what it is, but previously in life, and I think that it had to do with kind of anxiety and depression, just not wanting to maintain and take care of things. In my own experiences, when I have anxiety and depression, it's almost as if I feel fucking paralyzed. Every single cell of my body is just no, just over and over again. And it just kind of stops me in my tracks from doing things that are important for me. This is why you see people that I'm not judging anybody. I'm genuinely not. This is a safe space. There's no judgment. There's no shame. There's no guilt. There's no anything. But from what I've experienced in life, specifically with anxiety and depression, it's so fucking paralyzing. It's so fucking crippling. It stops you from taking care of yourself. Literally, like, when I've had anxiety and depression in life, I have chosen, I'm going to say it this way because I think it's important in terms of responsibility and accountability, I have chosen to not take care of myself. Man, when I'm anxious and depressed, fucking self-care goes right the fuck out the window. It just is, it's non-existent. Like, any sense of self-care that I previously had, we don't speak the same language. It's fucking gone. And it's very challenging to deal with that oftentimes, because when that shit goes away, you just don't want to do anything, right? And this has to do with taking care of things like your car or your relationships or yourself. Just kind of like pushing through the mold and taking responsibility for the moment and just doing what you know is necessary, that you know you need to do. That's kind of like the first part of this. The second part of this, I'm not going to claim this as fact, but I'm going to talk about something that I believe. Like attracts like in life, right? Life will mirror who you are being, right? When you put things off, when you procrastinate, things take longer to happen, right? I believe when you take care of things right away, life and the universe also mirror that, and things actually happen faster for you. I mean, obviously it makes sense because you're taking care of things right away, but that becomes an energetic signature of sorts that then attracts like energy to you, right? And so I've really been thinking about that a lot. I'm very interested in being somebody who takes care of things right away and doesn't think so much about doing things, just does them with absolute clarity, because that is readily available for everyone. Even if you have anxiety or depression, like, just pushing yourself. And of course you don't always want to, and I'm not here encouraging anybody to push themselves. You do what you need to do. You do you, you be you, you do whatever it is that you feel is right and comfortable for yourself. But what I'm going to say is that everything in life, no matter how, well, yeah, I mean, of course it is a matter of, conscious awareness, but it's all a choice, Back when I was younger, I didn't really see things in that way. I didn't really believe that I had choice, and I think that was because I was much more caught up in the stagnation of anxiety and depression and just how much that fucking shit blocks the fuck out of any human being, because it really does. It sucks in every single sense of the word. But yeah, when you take care of things right away, I really believe that life and the universe just mirrors that for you and just brings things into your life, people into your life, events into your life that really enhance your life, I mean, think about it. Like, I'll say it, the energetic signature of depression and anxiety, it's really just like, and again, I'm not here to blame anybody or to judge, not at all, no. This is totally a safe space. But like, upon observation, the energetic signature of anxiety and depression is like stagnation, like it's like there's just this massive fucking blockage between a person and what they can receive. I think that that's a really good way to sum it up.